What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great Friday. That's right, Friday. That means a game status report for both the Eagles and the Raiders. Not just a great weekend ahead, but we got some important news for both teams, so we're going to jump right into this bad boy, and I appreciate you all taking the time. You have any questions, any comments, leave them down below. Can't thank you enough for hitting the like button, sharing this stuff, subscribing, becoming members, hyping these videos up. All that stuff really does help, and I can't thank you enough for it. But let's get into this important news for both teams, and we're going to start her off with the Philadelphia Eagles. And, well, some familiar names going to miss another week. And Jalen Carter, we talked about it, probably going to be out until the playoffs, trying to keep him fresh. And Lane Johnson, yeah, we could have put him on IR, but we heard that he might be able to come back. If we would have gave him surgery, it would have been the end of his season and probably career. So let's just be grateful he's still here, and this dude is still a freak of nature. So we'll get him back in time for the playoffs, all about it. Now, Landon Dickerson, he was a full participant today. He was just resting yesterday when not practicing, so good to go for this game. Hopefully he's fully healthy. We know he's not. Hewlett came off of IR today, if you saw my post from earlier. So we have our long snapper back. Adamitis was let go yesterday or the other day, whatever. Fred Johnson, full participant. He will be good to go. And then you see Cameron Williams was activated his 21-day window. So he's been practicing the last couple of days, full capacity, but he is questionable. So looking at these injury lists, retired list here for the Eagles. These are the players that will not be on this depth chart. So Miles Hinton, Willie Lampkin, both their seasons over, that 21-day window closing. So Cameron Williams, he's got a couple weeks left. We'll see if the Eagles activate him, if they have use for him, or just giving him a few weeks practice before the season's over, getting ready for next year. But these guys will not be on this depth chart. So let's take a look here. On the offense, obviously, with Lane out, Fred will take his place. Now, everybody else ready to rock and roll here, so let's effing go. Let's get this offense humming. They started to do some really nice things against a really good Chargers defense, but obviously turnovers, stupid penalties are going to kill you every time. So clean it up. Let's effing go. Defensive side of the ball, Jalen Carter is out. Going to need Byron Young to step it up. Obviously, Davis and Ajomo are going to do their thing, but will Robinson get a little bit of action? We'll see if we get any of the vanilla gorilla, but Byron Young has been tearing it up. So love it. Rest of the guys healthy, ready to rock and roll. And then the special teams department, you can see what they look like for the game. Everybody ready to rock. Charlie Hewlett back. Britton Covey as the returner. I dig it. Let's effing go. Now, practice squad, you can elevate up to 2 of these players tomorrow at 4 o'clock. That decision needs to be made. So I will let you know if they decide to do that. Maybe a little Gabe Hall with Jalen Carter out. Maybe just some random dude for special teams help. Whatever it is, I will let you know tomorrow. But if you have any thoughts, any questions on Jalen Carter's injury, Lane Johnson, Dickerson, and Juergens still being banged up and playing, whatever's on your mind, I'd love to hear from you with the Eagle stuff. But we're going to jump into now the Raiders, who also have some pretty important news. And we talked about a lot of this stuff. And if you're wondering why I'm just breezing through, because, well, this is the game status report and injury report, not the breakdown of the game. If you want to know everything about the Eagles' opponent, go behind enemy lines, check it out. I do it every week. We take a look at the opponent, not only what they look like, but how they've been doing so far this year, break everything down I can. And then yesterday's show was, of course, every Thursday when the game is on Sunday, the top matchup show. So, man, go check that out. Some fun ones here. Yeah, it's the Raiders. Yeah, they're not that good, but they do have a lot of talented players and should be fun to watch. A lot of former Eagles here. So go check out those videos here, but this is just the injury report. That's why I try not to sit too long on these. So let's take a look now at the Raiders. And we knew at the beginning of this week some of the things that were going down, but I had to break this up from limited and full participants that did not practice. So these are the guys that started the week limited and full. As you can see, nothing changed today. Miller was still limited, but he is out for this. He will not come off IR. Bachman was limited all week. He is out. Meyer, full the last 2 days. He'll be back. That is great news for them. Dante Thornton, full participant. He'll be ready to go for this game after missing a couple of it as well. So Meyer and Thornton coming back for this offense. That is great news. But not great is their center. He was full participant all week, but still questionable with a foot injury. He is the one that is filling in for Powers Johnson. So should be intriguing. We'll keep our eyes on that one. Now, This is a list that guys that started DNP or didn't start at all. Raheem Mostert got added Thursday, was DNP, but limited today. Ian Thomas moved up to full. Crosby and Adams as well moved up to full participants, but questionable. Jeremy Chin and Ian Thomas. And then we knew Geno Smith was going to be out, so Kenny Pickett's going to get that start. So let's now take a look at the updated depth chart with these injuries. And first, as always, we look at the injury list and, well, the retired list. They've got Amari Cooper stepped out on them, so they know what it's like. But Colton Miller, their left tackle, will not come off of IR. They added Caillou Blue-Kelly at the beginning of the week, and then, as mentioned, Jackson Powers-Johnson was just added a week or two ago. So lost their center now. Their backup, questionable for this game. So let's look at this offense without Geno Smith. Kenny Pickett steps in. Aiden O'Connell as the backup there. No backup in Alex Bachman there. You'll see he's a little more important in other areas. But tight end Ian Thomas, questionable for this game. Be huge with Meyer back. So not really a big deal. Or I'm sorry, would be huge if Meyer weren't back. But he is. So Thomas back to the third guy. And then we'll see what they do at center here. Could move some things around. You got Kappa there, Putnam. We'll see what they decide to do if Meredith can't make this game. Those are the injuries there on offense. Then on the defensive side of the ball, only one you have is Chin that we mentioned, who I talked about that chess piece for this defense. I have him here listed as nickel corner because it's just so wild the way they do things. And Caillou Blue-Kelly was the other starting corner with Stokes, but I have Darian Porter slated in with Kelly going to IR. So you'll see Chin back there at safety, big nickel, doing a lot of things. Lonnie Johnson will get his reps at safety when Chin moves to that nickel corner, or you can see Greedy Vance in there maybe. With these injuries, maybe he'll get some more time. We'll see, but Patrick Graham, I really like his defense and his mindset of how to do things. But you see guys like Devin White, Jamal Adams. It's going to be really fun watching these chess pieces and things they do with these guys. Now, special teams department, as I mentioned, Alex Bachman, not really a big deal for the receivers, but he is their punt returner. And now Trey Tucker, one of their top receivers, would have to be their punt returner if they don't use someone else. So that's why Bachman, a little bit, more important in this area than he is as a receiver, but everybody else healthy, ready to rock. So tomorrow, I will let you know the practice squad elevations that they choose if they decide to go with anyone. Last week, Shedrick Jackson got his. He got his first catch, 25 yards, 4 touchdowns. So a lot of fans excited there. Maybe they go with an offensive lineman. Maybe the old Alberto, they decide they want all the ex-Eagles out there. We'll see. But got Booker, McCollum, Devin White, everybody under the sun on that team, and all the other ones I already mentioned. So even Raheem Mostert, former Eagle. But that's all I've got for you here tonight for that game status / injury report for Week 15. If you guys have anything you'd like to add, you have any questions, leave them down below. Always down to talk some birds with you. Now, tomorrow I'll be back with those elevations. Also going to be live for Sicko Saturday. So mapped out some time. We're going to do that, hoping at around 7 o'clock. Once I get it set in stone, I'll put it out there. But looking forward to talking to you guys live at some point this weekend. Sunday pregame show, obviously a postgame show. I'll see you definitely then. But if anything else happens between then, I'll make a video. But I got to get rolling out here. Love to hear from you guys again. And if you need anything, you can always reach out. Does not have to be about the Eagles. Always here for you guys. I love each and every one of you. Hope you're enjoying the holiday season. If not, you're going through some tough times, you need a friend. Trust me, I know exactly how that is. And I will always be here for you guys as you are for me. Love you. And hope you're having a great start to your weekend. If not, let's make it one. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith. And this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, go Birds!